This brief film seeks to explain the overview and scrutiny process in Torfaen and what changes we are making to improve this crucial process. The film is intended to provide an introduction for elected members, officers and residents to develop a better understanding across the borough. Under the Local Government Act 2000, overview and scrutiny was introduced to modernise local government and to ensure decision-making was more visible for local people, there was greater accountability for the decisions made, and the perceived slow and bureaucratic systems in place at the time were sped up. The overview and scrutiny process helps to ensure openness and transparency in the way decisions are taken in local government. It provides independent and impartial checks and measures for the organisation and is vital in helping maintain public confidence and deliver improved services to citizens. Overview and scrutiny also draws on a wide range of members across all political parties and geographical wards to bring wider experience to the Council's policy development and service improvement activities. Overview and scrutiny committees cannot make decisions on behalf of the Council, but they can ensure that those that do so are making robust decisions in the right way and are fully appreciative of broader opinions. The 2011 local government measure has also required further change in areas such as co-option, joint scrutiny and the scrutiny of designated persons. As a statutory function of the Council, it is recognised overview and scrutiny should provide a critical, challenging friend to the work of the executive members and chief officers. A clear separation between the Council's decision-making executive and those who scrutinise the decisions they make. Public confidence and transparency in the decision-making processes. Non-executive councillors with the opportunity to contribute to the direction of the Council and develop valuable personal skills. An impartial sounding board on proposed changes before decisions are taken. Help to ensure the bigger picture is considered and cross-cutting issues are dealt with, a platform for conversations and a culture to drive service improvement. In simple terms, overview and scrutiny activity is all about holding the executive to account and reviewing existing and proposed policies. Overview and scrutiny isn't about making decisions. That's the role of the executive, the cabinet in Torfaen. It is not about excessive party politics and it is not about local ward issues. In Torfaen, overview and scrutiny is not seen as of secondary importance to the decision-making cabinet, but as an essential part of the Council's governance arrangements. The Council has 5 overview and scrutiny committees: cleaner communities, healthier communities, learning communities, resources and corporate business, and safer communities. Each overview and scrutiny committee is made up of 10 elected members, and a number have co-opted members, people who bring additional expertise to the Council's scrutiny activities. Each committee has a portfolio of activities which are clearly set out in the Council's constitution. These portfolios are closely linked to the responsibilities held by individual executive members and provide a framework for each committee to operate within. A Council Overview and Scrutiny Committee can also be called during a full Council meeting to consider challenges to Cabinet decisions. All councillors who are not members of the Cabinet are automatically members of this committee. Overview and scrutiny is at an exciting stage in Torfaen. In 2011, we invited the Welsh Local Government Association to undertake a review of our scrutiny arrangements. They suggested a number of improvements to help it play a more meaningful role in policy development, service improvement and the delivery of citizen expectations. Well, the past looked a little like this. Overview and scrutiny meetings were too frequent and too close together. Agendas too extensive. Attendance was poor. Most reports were for information or progress. Challenge generally took place after policy development. Few recommendations were passed from committee to cabinet. Little work was undertaken by task and finish groups. Work programmes were not owned or aligned across committees. No agreed questioning strategies ahead of meetings. A general apathy from members and senior officers. A lack of citizen involvement. Since the review, we have introduced quarterly committee meetings held over a longer period of time. Shorter, focused agendas limited to 2 meaty items, greater officer support, a new timeline to help members prepare for their scrutiny work, focused visioning sessions to prepare work programmes for the year ahead, pre-planning meetings where proformers determine report content, identify witnesses and agree research or visits to be undertaken, pre-agenda meetings for all members of the committee to attend. Committee members now agree questioning strategies ahead of each formal meeting. Formal committee meetings. Committee members now receive reports, scrutinise information and draw up conclusions which are passed to the relevant chief officer and cabinet members to respond to. And there is a scrutiny handbook which provides a handy reference tool for both members and officers, using Facebook and Twitter to engage the public and give us their views. Well, it's early days and some of the changes have only recently been introduced, but we can already say we are seeing a far more professional approach across the Council towards scrutiny, improved attendance at meetings, work programmes which are owned and driven by the committees themselves, scrutiny chairs and members who are better prepared and clearly understand their role, no reports for information or progress, research being undertaken by members to help their scrutiny activities, clear recommendations for improvement being made to the relevant executive member and or chief officer, executive members who are engaged and attend meetings when required. Developing our scrutiny arrangements to undertake scrutiny of more complex issues through task and finish groups, improving citizen engagement and participation in scrutiny, looking at how we self-evaluate the value added. Interested? Want to learn more or become involved? Then come along to a committee meeting. All committees meet in public, except in exceptional circumstances, and members of the press and public are encouraged to attend meetings. The public cannot speak at the meetings unless specifically invited to do so, but can pass their views on to the committee before the meeting using social media. Visit the Torvine Council website. Contact either the Corporate Improvement and Scrutiny team on 01495 742 158 or the Democratic Services team on 01495 766 057.